Hi, it's Hazel, and welcome to my channel, Hazel and Aka Design. As you may guess by looking at this game board, this is going to be a haul video, and it is going to be, well, primarily maybe a games. Okay, let me start again. I bid on 3 auction lots at a recent online auction, and I was successful in getting the box of games, some needlepoint pictures, and a few books. Excuse me. So I just picked this stuff up today. I haven't had a chance to look at it, but before I get into the game boards and game boxes and all of that, I thought maybe you're curious too. Now, this is probably not very practical. I've never heard of this. It's called aggravation, something that most of us are familiar with. Don't see a date on it, and there's no box, there's nothing here that I've come across so far that would tell me what's what. So I'm just going to flip this over, and it's not even very attractive. Now, I do have a Chinese checker board hanging on my wall, a metal one. That's, I consider, a piece of art. This, not so much. So anyway, I'll just quickly show you. There were lots of cards. Now, this is like checker plate. A metal can, which is always good, with this Harley Davidson logo. There's one brand new deck of cards in here. I haven't seen the other. Now, ironically, I do have hundreds of playing cards that I've bought since discovering junk journals. But if a game of canasta were to break out here at the house, I don't think I could find 3 decks of cards in our living quarters that would be enough for 6 people to play. This is not my favorite style of card, to be honest. I suppose people buy these sorts of what I would call souvenir cards because, these are professional photographs, probably better than the person could have taken themselves. And this is what we have here. And I guess that's Munich. Okay. This I find attractive, or at least not unattractive. And they're still sealed. So I think I'm going to be putting these in that credenza thing and knowing that we do have at least 2 decks of cards that are intact that could facilitate a card game. Now, this was the sleeve that went over this box. I had a hard time getting it out of there. This was sold by Regal. Regal Greetings and Gifts out of Ontario. Now, I don't know if Regal ever went beyond the borders of Canada, but it was kind of they came out with these little catalogs, and quite often kids, there was I guess a fundraising component. These look like just 2 blue decks. A fundraising component. Isn't that kind of dumb to have 2 decks the same? If you just needed one, you'd have to separate and make sure you had all the right suits. Anyway, they must have had a fundraising component to what they did, because, every so often you'd have kids, or your kids would be around, would have to sell gift wrap or greeting cards or something similar. These are attractive looking cards, and they're in this nice little box. Made in Austria. La-di-da. And, real classy looking. So I'll probably I'll check that these are intact, and I'll add them to the other set that I just showed you. Oh, back to this sleeve. I suppose I could open this up and end up with a little journal cover with this kind of unusual shaped window. So I'm keeping this. Okay, Kaiser. This is a very skinny little box. So I don't see how it could possibly have 52 cards. Now, all of the artwork is the same. I have no idea what this is. It says rules included, but of course they're not here. Not that I've encountered them so far. Okay, we'll speed this up. This is, again, souvenir type cards. These are all have the same picture, and it's the map of Ireland. So we'll tuck that back in the box. Another sealed deck. These people love their cards. Okay, what does that say? Oh, this is Paris. Wouldn't have thought that. I didn't know they were allowed to print things that didn't have an Eiffel Tower on them. This, surprisingly enough, kind of appeals to me just because it's cool. Like, I prefer this over some of those others I've shown you. Oh, there's the other deck of Harley cards. Oh, yeah, I guess this is in a box. So, yeah, this belongs in here. We're not Harley people at all. But they are fairly collectible, I think. Oh, here's another. Oh, we're lucky enough to have two of these. It must be a specific, and this one has no instructions either. It must be a specific game because it says ages 6 to adult. So, again, probably not of much use to me. Although I must say there are some people in our family that love card games. Now, this is another sealed one, but I should probably break the seal. Oh, somebody has beaten me to it. It's got part of the cellophane on it. And these are classic tractors. So it's got the world. I've got the world in my hands, people. And it says classic tractors. So anyway, so that essentially is it for cards. Now, one thing that I have gotten better at since I've been doing some cleaning and organizing is, well, I won't get to the books just yet, but I will say that I did the sorting in the hatchback of my car. If I didn't think that I could use them, or if I didn't particularly like them, they just got rebagged and will be donated. These two little faux leather cups here have the markers from a backgammon game. Now, just for a show, could I have a show of hands? If all of you would just raise your hand and tell me if you bought a backgammon game when that was a craze, and I don't remember when that was, and if you've ever played a single game. These are rather thick, and they, you know, if a person tried to put a hole through, like drill a hole through them, they might shatter. They're really hard plastic. I know we certainly had a backgammon game and I couldn't play. I mean, I don't know how hard we tried. This is a little travel crib board. There were, you know, the classic 29 crib board and another one. Must have been a promotional thing for Dakota boots. Those went straight into the donation box. I did salvage these extra, what do you call them? Well, pins, markers for crib. Crib is a game that we do play. Found this in the box. Found this. Again, you know, these pegs, that's the word I'm looking for. You know, they have to be the right thing. Oh, you know what? One of the things that I did, I'll be back in a second. Let's leave that there. Some time ago, I mean years ago, I thrifted this lovely little covered jar. It's very heavy. It's got this heavy leaded, oh, is that what you call it? Leaded base. And when I was organizing my button cupboard and my trinkets, yes, Jonna, my trinkets, I thought, well, why don't I pull all my dice together and put them in here almost like a candy jar? These green and gold ones obviously belong to that backgammon game, and I have no idea why there's a die with numbers on it, but excuse me. I might as well add these guys to my collection. Throw this out. And then look at this. Number one, a cute little can. You remember when this was the thing where you could buy these flavored coffee? Anyway, I don't know what all is in here other than there are Harvey's. These are weird looking dice. Like some of them are peeling, but 3 of those. Oh, 4 of those. Oh, that's it. Oh, and more. A guitar pick. And look at all these pegs. So I'll probably have to put these in my trinket drawer, a trinket thing. Whoops. I do have a marble collection, in case you were wondering where I've kept all the marbles I've lost. I do have them. Oh, look, here's a broken one. Well, we can throw that one out automatically. So I will move. Oh, let me get the guitar pick. This is a marker of some sort. Boy, this is dirty. Something Dunlop. Oh my goodness, that's gross. Look at these. These solid ones are probably, maybe they're from this game. That's probably it. They're not real marbles. Anyway, I will leave these marbles here. Or maybe I'll throw them back in the can because, you know, we're bound to have an incident. Look at this rusty pen. Holy cow. That is cool. Separate that. I don't know what this rusty thing is. It's got a... Well, let's keep the rust together. It's funny, when I do finally do a tour and show you my, well, for lack of a better word, my button cupboard, you will see that I have an old Cheese Whiz jar in there with rusty nails. Because, hey, doesn't that deserve pride of place? Okay. Now, this is probably going to be in the way here. So, let's shove this out of the way. Oh, I might as well show you these. This was in the same box. Games, Big Book of Games. 1,000 Hours of Challenging Entertainment. Oh, is this going to build brain power? Has anyone even tried these? I've bought these kind of puzzle books in the past. Usually they're more math related. I'll tell you, they do not do one darn thing to increase a person's self-esteem or self-confidence. At least not the way I was doing them. Then there's this, 150 solitaire games. Kind of a cool cover. Nothing, well, I guess some of these pages aren't bad. And of course, you know, with the advent of Romoli rules, cribbage rules, with the advent of, you know, computers and so on, is there anybody that plays solitaire with actual cards on an actual table? I don't think so. Oh, and this was in the box as well, how to play backgammon. I don't know that I really need this, but maybe pages are cute. I don't know. Okay, before I get to the boxes, let me show you the needlepoint. Now this, of course, and maybe the description was there, the loft description, but typically they just give dimensions for the biggest and the smallest. So that's, you know, they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mats on this. Isn't that a bit much? And none of them are very attractive, if I do say so myself. Okay, roughly 2.5 square. So I will be opening these 3 things up and using these pieces somewhere in my projects. So there's that one. That's the smallest one, of course. I want to put it down safely because the frames still seem to be in good shape. This, I might even have this exact picture of cross-stitch roses. Now this will be a little trickier because, you know, when you're framing, because of course we used to do custom framing, when you are framing something in a round frame, you typically trim the fabric quite a bit closer so that you don't have all that gathering and bulk around, you know, as you're trying to make your keep your circle intact. So this is lovely. Love those colors. Okay, and then the final and biggest one is this one, which is also cross stitch and it's also roses. This is roughly, well, I mean, it's over 8 and about 7 and something wide. So I will be doing, this will be the easiest one to take apart, no doubt, because it doesn't have a backing paper. Anyway, oh, and here's some rusty wire. Yeehaw. Anyway, and I don't think there's any rocket science to it, so I don't think I would bother doing that on video. Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 boxed games here. So obviously I just intend to cherry pick. Now this box is in pretty darn good shape. I don't know if these things ever had dates on them. Doesn't appear, not on the box. Okay, so obviously this could be cut down, cut these things off. I mean, I've said it 100 times. You've probably heard it 100 times. So let's not do that. Obviously the board itself is in great condition as well. Same scenario, cut it. You've got, essentially, you've got book boards. The cards, I'm not going to do all of this in front of you. Let me just salvage the dice. I will separate, you know, take all the cards, the directions. I'm sure now, because I'm on Trinket Watch, as if I needed another thing, Jonna. Now that I'm on Trinket Watch, I will have to save all those houses. It's too bad they're red and green, because that smacks of Christmas. But anyway, we've all seen this stuff before. Let's see what the little markers are. Hey, maybe there's a year on here. I've been doing the New York Times crossword puzzle on my phone. It's part of the package that I have, games package that I have. Okay, copyright 1935. The last date on here is 1997. Anyway, sometimes the clue is which Monopoly game piece was retired in such and such a year. And of course, I have no idea because I don't know what the game piece names are. But we have, oh, a cannon, a thimble. How cute is that? Car, like horse and rider, wheelbarrow. How can there be two cannons? Scotty dog, a shoe, an iron. Oh, these are so cute. I've never seen some of these. A ship and a top hat. So you know what's going to happen with these. I don't even need to tell you. You guys can put 2 and 2 together. Let's throw that in there too. Okay, we'll put this aside and pull up the next one. Again, if I have played these games, boy, this is a big one. If I have played these games, it was certainly forever and a day ago. And it's, I have no idea what I'm about to see in here. This was in the bottom of the bag that I transferred this to. Okay, this game, this box, whoa. This box is in sadder shape, but it is so big. It's about, well, it's over 13 inches tall, so, you know, obviously there is, trying to think who that guy is. He looks familiar. Oh, and there's all this inside. Oh, 1960. The Game of Life. This is pretty darn cool. I could see, you know, if a person didn't want to use the other side, chopping this in half and getting 2 master boards. However, it is a bit thick. So I'll put that there. Oh, this can't be, is this right? What is this? No, is this right? There's a spinner. I do that all day. Little buildings, a church, a car. Okay, I don't know what's going on here. Does it even... I guess this is the board because it also says 1960 on here at the bottom corner. Oh, looks like it. So it's got this huge spine. Okay, let's see what else is happening. Oh, see, I've never seen this stuff before. There's Lego, twist tie. Little tiny markers, and obviously that car belongs in there. So we'll throw... Oh, and these tiny little things. Oh, okay, these what I'm calling cars, are they cars? Have holes in them, and it looks like these tiny little pegs go into there. And I'm sure someone, probably Teresa or Susie, will write and tell me how they spent hours and years of their childhoods playing this game. And I'll think, oh, lucky. These are, obviously, they almost look like bingo markers. They're all the same color. So we'll put those aside. Exemption card. The holder of this card does not pay when given a share the wealth card. Return to bottom of the pile. Oh, so there are a whole bunch of cards with different messages on there. And moolah. Okay, so what? Promissory note. Okay, so that's kind of cool. And then this is... So I will go through this in better detail and, of course, sort by color, by denomination, and see if I find any more of those little pegs. So I do not have any of this stuff, so that's kind of cool. Okay, what else? Oh, checkers. Look how cool that box is. Made in Canada. No year on the box, but I love those colors. Red and purple is very attractive together. So these are slightly, well, bigger probably, but also more attractive than those other chess pieces I showed in a trinket video. So I will obviously decide what to do with the, oh, that's not very good. Let's see if there's a year on here. Nope. Okay. So probably the best thing about this was the cover. And the final one, let's just see if anything is falling out of the boxes and into this bag. Doesn't look like it. Okay. Clue. Detective game. Again, masking tape is holding this together. It cost $3. Bay Drugs. 1963. That is that pukey green that my daughter loves. So obviously these kinds of things take up a lot of space. So what I'll do after the video is, you know, salvage as much as I can of the boxes, and that will determine what's what. Now I suppose, I didn't think of that, but maybe I could experiment on a flap. It could be that the smartest thing a person could do is try to soak the paper off. But again, I would do that on, I'd try on something this size. Because, you know, this, well, you know, like if a person wanted to use that, this is rather thick. Anyway, okay, let's tuck this under here for the time being and see what we can see. This is a big board also. Oh. So these are obviously rooms. I don't care for this color combination, I must say. But again, I suppose it was apropos to the time. Famous Parker games. Instructions. And a French version as well. Okay, another die. So this is that weird looking stuff. Those almost look like baby little reinforcements, don't they? Isn't that strange? Oh, so that's probably where that black marker came from. Oh, is that a candlestick? And a gun. And a rope. and a knife. No, a pipe wrench. See, anybody, and these cards are well worn. Anybody who's played this will not be as surprised as I am by the contents, because I have no recollection of ever playing this. So it's got a room, I guess a clue. Okay. I guess I'm going to have to look at my invoice and decide if this was a good purchase or not. Oh, one of the things I did not show you out of this lot was 2 bubblegum dispensers still in their boxes. So I'll probably offer those to my daughter. Maybe they each want one on their desks or something, just as a conversation piece, novelty thing. Okay, so let me just quickly show you the books that I got, and we will call this a haul. Again, these are the ones I cherry picked out of there. There are probably just as many or more, well, not just as many, there are probably 3 times or 4 times as many that are just left in the back of the car and will be donated at my first opportunity. Okay. And the only reason this one made the cut is because as I was flipping through it, I came across, or was this the wrong book? Or is this, no, this one maybe has some fussy cut part. Yeah, no, this isn't the one. Oh, yes, it is. My husband is being driven nuts right about now by a mole that is eluding capture. So this sort of opened to this page, and then juicy fruit gum. Apparently, that's one way to get rid of them. I know that he's been using a trap, but they must have been like more advanced moles, a little smarter than ones we've had in the past. Typically, the way to get a mole is because of course they live underground and they do not like light. All you have to do is dig back the molehill a bit and let the light get in, and they don't like that. So they go in and want to restore things to darkness, and that's when the trap gets them. See, I thought these things were kind of cool for fussy cutting. So, but I'll have to show him some. Okay, animal pests, gophers, groundhogs, deer, rabbit, raccoon. Anyway, we shall see, but obviously I have some use for that book as well. I didn't even flip through this one, or maybe I did. Okay, it's very thin. Supposedly it's on roses. It's very shiny paper. However, there are some pretty good images in here. And nice end papers. So that one made the cut. Now I have many bird books, but do I have this one? The Birds of Alberta. Now this Salt and Salt, as opposed to Salt and Pepper, these guys wrote, now I don't know if it's just updated versions of their original book or what the deal is, but like vellum. Not like vellum, it is vellum. Okay, that's errata. So there's a correction there. 1976. So a lot of heavy text. Cute end papers, and there's Alberta. We can almost see Mianaka Farm right there. But also a lot of photographs. So I don't believe, and they just look vintagey. So I don't know if I have an earlier, this doesn't say that this, I don't know, this looks like a first edition, but I thought I also had similar photographs that were even from an older book. So I'm a sucker for guidebooks. And there are lots in here. Do they talk about how many illustrations? That ringing off in the distance is a landline telephone for those of you who are far too advanced to even know what such a thing is. Yes, we still have one. The Celestial Magic of Angels, Discovering a World of light, Love and Light with the Help of Your Guardian Angels. This is kind of cool. Remember, so I'm not sure how useful this will actually be. I guess there's perhaps some interesting fonts, some little purple, illustrations. So that's probably what I'll salvage in addition to hold the fleet angel fast until he bless thee. These sorts of things that would be kind of cool decorations. Because they're just line drawings, they're not particularly showy, but there seem to be quite a few of them, so that's why this one made the cut. Another bird book, National Geographic Field Guide to the Birds of North America. Now this, that is lovely. I wonder if I have this one already. It says it's the 3rd edition. Did I miss the page with the 3rd edition? The heck? The heck? Oh my goodness, have there been a lot of these sold? The first edition was 1983, and they sold 295,000 copies. And then 30, 50, 50, anywhere between 30, between 10,000 and 100,000 copies on all the subsequent printings. And the 3rd edition, I guess that's this one, 1999, sold 250,000 copies. So clearly, I'm not the only one that likes these books. This hardly looks, look how beautiful. And those could just page after page after page. See why I have a weakness? Do you have a weakness for field guides? Cormorant. Love it. Okay, now I saw this in the photos too. Mushrooms of Western Canada. Excuse me, I've never seen this before. I've never owned this. So, and it's got that kind of linen-y cover on it. In case anyone cares, Helene Shalwick Berenson. And it's a Lone Pine book, which is an Alberta publishing company. I'm not sure if they're still in business or not. 1991. So it's got these little guys scattered about. Let's start at the back and do some flipping. Born in the Netherlands in 1921. Lived in Canada since 1949. Oh, she's a painter and an enthusiastic mushroom hunter since 1968. So she's had exhibits at John Johnson Nature Center and some of the art galleries in Alberta. A lot of text. A lot of text. Oh, maybe that goes up to there. Anyway, we'll just flip and see what we see. Text and more text. Okay. This is where things get a little more interesting. Oh, species descriptions. I was doing some weeding the other day, and because we've had a lot of rain recently, I came across a cluster of mushrooms that were growing in kind of a damp area. And supposedly, even those fairy ring mushrooms are supposed to be edible. Look at it. And are these just one-sided? So far they are. And they're tiny enough that, let's see if they are all going to be that tall. Okay, so here are some bigger ones. Anyway, I would be far too much of a chicken to ever try eating a mushroom that I just found in the wild, even if the wild is my own yard. But supposedly the fairy ring mushrooms are pretty tasty and obviously not poisonous. So for people who love mushrooms, I hope you're not drooling all over your device. There are hundreds of illustrations in here. I don't know this one. I do have, I think, another mushroom book, so maybe this has to stay intact just as a reference. You know, there's such similarities from one variety to another, that I think it would be pretty easy to poison yourself without really trying. Color illustrations. Anyway, and then I didn't even know, because, you know, quite often when auctioneers take photos of books in particular, unless they've singled a book out to become a one-of, typically the photos are off a shelf, and then another shelf, or an entire bookcase. Well, I didn't know these guys were in there, but you can guess what this is. Yearbooks. 5 of them. I didn't flip through them other than to see that, oh, it's a yearbook. I have no idea where Lawton Light is. Oh, a junior high in Edmonton. Principal's message. Oh, autographs. Jostens, that was the company that always came and did class photos. I don't know if they're still in the business. Some, you know, line work or some graphics that would have been kind of common at that time. You know, you get it out of a clip art book or something. This had to have been a pretty big school. Look at that choir, or, well, chorus. Basketball team. And then, of course, the little headshots. And bigger ones. Oh, the grade 7s got little teeny photos. The grade 8s got bigger ones. Grade 9s, same size. Will it surprise you to know that I was the yearbook editor when I was in school? Because, hey, loved books, words, pictures, even back then. 1971. It's going to be similar, although this paper, I don't know, that seems glossier. Wonder why they did that. This one has, the start of some advertising. Again, the the artwork in the ads is pretty simple. Those are a little bit cute. How about the staff page? Whoops. Oh, that was, I clinked my jar. Okay, 70. Same kind of scenario. 72. Oh, this is kind of cool. It's like early doodling. So that looks like some student artwork. '74 Ellerslie Epilogue. Take all you can get? That doesn't seem like such a great message. How about take it easy? Best wishes. Bigger ads. This paper is more matte, which kind of makes it a little nicer. A lot of photos. Class 50. Well, that can't be right. Oh. Why would they? Oh, this is a different school. I guess a smaller school where they could do all of junior high and high school together. Anyway, that is that. That is it for my haul for today. Again, these were all, I love this. I hope that you have enjoyed some of this stuff. Maybe you could tell me what did you like the most? Seeing those old games, seeing these field guides, my dice collection and how it's grown, or the cross-stitch photos. Not photos, cross-stitch needlework. Cross-stitch pictures. Sheesh. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it, and I would love to hear what your favorites were. Thank you so much, and we shall see you in the next one. Bye.